guys, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to this portion of Gaël's Cuisine. So today Gaël is going to prepare another dish which is called Giniling. It's a Filipino dish. So in here, as you can see, you just start off by peeling the garlic cloves, and then you just took 500 grams of string beans or green beans. You can just then cut off the edges on both sides. It will help for it to be cooked faster. And then back to the garlic cloves. So just thinly sliced it. And then if ever the garlic clove is quite big, don't hesitate to cut it in half first and then slice it afterwards. Just be careful as well when you're handling the knife. Don't cut yourself or cut off your finger. Once the garlic has been neatly sliced, you can then take a whole onion. But first of all, you have to peel off the skin. In this process, luckily for Gaël, he didn't cry, or else he would have put some glasses to protect his eyes. So once the onion has been peeled off of his skin, just cut it in half and then slice it as well. Concerning the thickness, it can be 1 centimeter of thickness. And then now we're going to clean and wash the spring beans as well as for the spring onions. Just be sure to wash it well. And then you can take afterwards a big pan or a wok. It depends on what you actually have. And then just fill it up with water. And then we can put it in maximum heat. And then just pour some salt. It will help the water to boil a lot faster. So once it started boiling, you can then add all the green beans that you have prepared earlier, where you cut off the edges, and then just let it boil. It generally takes 5 to maximum 10 minutes for it to boil. So while you're waiting for the green beans to be cooked, we can then start peeling off the skin of the potatoes. In this case, we added the potato as another ingredient so that we can have another texture for the dish. And of course, once the skin has been peeled off, you can then wash it off and then start cutting it. So at first you cut it in half, and then afterwards you can cut it in cubes or you can dice it. The cubes can be around 1 centimeter each. And then afterwards you can also slice the spring onions. Again, it can be 1 centimeter of thickness. The spring onions, we're going to add it at the end of the dish. And then you can use the same pan where you have cooked the green beans. You can then add any kind of oil. In this case, we've used avocado oil. And then just preheat it a bit. Once it's heated, we just add the diced potato. You can stir it up a little bit so that the oil will go all over the potatoes. And then once the potato is a little bit golden, you can then add the sliced onions and garlic. So we just added all the garlic, and as of the onions, just put half of it so that the first half it will be cooked, well cooked, and then the other half you can add it at the end, so that you have two sorts of texture for the onions. It's really upon your preference. And then once the garlic and the onion is golden, we can then add the beef. In our case, we use a beef and a veal, so it's two sorts of meat. So it's also two sorts of taste. As you can see here, Gaël is actually separating the meat. With that, it's easier for it and it's faster for it to cook. So depending on the meat you're going to use, you can use beef or pork, and yeah, just stir it up well so that the oil and then the ingredients will cook evenly. So once everything has been evenly stirred, you can just put the lid and let it sit for a few minutes on medium heat. Once the meat has changed color, so from red to brown, you can again once more stir it up. And just in case if the meat has clumped, don't worry, just try to separate them with, in this case, we have used a wooden spatula. And then of course, don't forget to put some seasoning. You can put some salt and some pepper. There's no exact measurement about it. It will really be upon your personal preferences. So if you want something saltier, you can add more salt. If you want less spice on it, then put less pepper on it. And then don't forget to stir it up as well. And then lastly, you can put all the string beans that has been cooked before and also the remaining onion. So voila, there you go. Enjoy and bon appetit!
Manger. Magnifico. Un petit peu. Qu'est-ce que toi t'en penses, mon amour?
It's food.
Bah, les pommes de terre sont bonnes. On a pris des pommes de terre chère femme, ça c'est important, chère femme. Donc elles sont bien cuites. Et la viande a donné un peu moins de jus que ce que j'aurais pensé au départ. Du coup, tu as moins le goût de la viande qui s'est mélangée avec le reste. Mais pour le reste, c'est très bon.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a very easy dish. You just need a few ingredients. As you can see, I think you only use what, 4? Except for the garlic, but yeah, you have mainly meat, potato, onion, and string beans. So 4. Yeah. If you add the garlic, that will be 5.
Et avec le riz, ça ferait 6. Mais bon.
And with the rice, so it's a very, very easy to prepare. How long did it took you to cook this? With all?
En 20-30 minutes grand max, ça peut être cuit assez vite. Tout dépend de la pomme de terre.
Yeah. So it took you 30 minutes, maximum 30 minutes to prepare. The rice, you do it at the same time. Well, no, it took you 30 minutes to cook with the rice at the same time, and to prepare with all the slicing and everything took you what, 10 minutes?
Oui.
It took just a little bit more because of the filming, the video, but other than that, it's very easy. And this is actually, I don't know, I've never seen this in the Philippines, but I always see it in family gatherings, and I used to eat this at when I was living at my parents' house. So we call this in the Philippines, I think that's what it's called, Giniling. So it's mainly the name of the meat, and you can actually add whatever you want as a vegetable. But I was used to eat this with string beans.
On aime pas faire avec les courgettes.
Oh yeah, with
zucchini,
it's good as well. We do not do this often with potato, but with potato I think it adds a little bit of color and also another texture. And then we just added at the end spring onions. So, and of course, as a Filipino, I always have to have my fish sauce, or as we call it, patis. And you, Belgian beer. So yeah, but other than that, it's a very good, easy to make meal. It's not that high-end meal, but it's a very family-oriented, easy meal to do. So.
Bon appétit.
Bon appétit, and we'll enjoy! Bye bye!
Bye bye.